obviously a lot of people have been talking about Kyrie Irving being traded to the Lakers and the Nets taking back Russell Westbrook. I made some calls today, came away feeling like the Nets really have no interest in Russell Westbrook, which is not surprising, right? It's actually just common sense. And if they don't have interest in Russell Westbrook, if the Lakers can put together a mammoth 3 or 4 team trade, sure, maybe they'll get Kyrie Irving, but that means somebody's got to take Russell Westbrook, right? Some team. And I don't think that it's likely. So I feel like there's a great chance Kyrie Irving doesn't get traded, in large part because nobody's really interested in Russell Westbrook. And you find this, what's the baffling, astonishing, that nobody wants a top 75 player, Russell Westbrook?
I just, it's shocking where he's dipped. In that, Chris, if you look at his numbers in a vacuum and you didn't watch last season, you would say, what's the issue?
Right.
Most players would die to have these numbers. But if you watched it with your own 2 eyes, and let's just talk about this. He has a chance, Chris, to be on 5 different teams in 5 years. He's a former MVP. He broke one of the all-time records in the NBA with the triple-double. And we're talking about a guy.
Incredible what he did with the triple-double.
Right?
Yep.
Incredible. And now he's box office poison. Nobody wants him. They gave Darvin Ham the script, Chris, at his press conference when he got hired. They gave him the script. He read it. And now LeBron behind the scenes can't wait. Is there any chance? Can we do this? This was what LeBron wanted. Didn't work out. We kind of knew it wouldn't work out. But can you imagine being Westbrook where you are now, Chris? He has been damaged. I don't even know what else to say.
Here's the thing, though, Rob.
Am I wrong, though? Is he not damaged goods? Like, just it might not be the reality of the numbers, Chris, but what people have seen and how he played last year, and of course, he was the addition to the Lakers, so obviously when things go bad and you don't make the playoffs or to play in, a lot of it's going to come your way.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's all based on, I don't even think it's mostly based on last year with the Lakers. And you're right, it was his worst season, certainly his worst season since he's become a star.
The numbers
don't tell that. Right. The numbers don't tell that. But, and here's the thing, for all the people ranting and raving about all the turnovers, Rob, he averaged 3.8 turnovers last year. That was his fewest turnovers per game since 2014-15.
Really?
Yes. He's averaged 5.5 1 year with OKC. He averaged, well over 4, almost 5 for the last 4 years. So, look, when you got the ball in your hands that much, you're going to turn it over, especially when you play a reckless style of game like he does, as great as he's been. But, Rob, he got to the point now where nobody wants him. But, Rob, people knew. When he was in Houston, people didn't think he'd be able to be traded. And then he got traded to Washington.
That's true.
And when he was in Washington, people thought, ain't going to be able to trade Russ. And then he got traded to the Lakers. And so basketball observers, and Rob, I may have more respect for Russell Westbrook than most in the media.
Mm-hmm.
I do think he's a great player. I think his spot on the top 75 team is well-deserved. He's like automatic. I think there's a chance that 20 years from now, 30 years from now, he will be more respected and held in higher regard than he even is right now. Because people will look back and say, my gosh, this guy averaged a triple-double 4 years. It'll become iconic.
I'll push back on that.
Really?
Yep. And I'm saying it from this standpoint. I know what you're saying about looking at his numbers or whatever, but people remember the way you finish up too, Chris. There's something there.
No, I doubt.
Yes, they do.
Do they remember how Michael Jordan finished up?
Yeah, no, but he's not in
Do
that
they remember
class.
how Allen Iverson finished up?
He's not in that class.
Allen Iverson finished similar to this. Yeah, but Iverson's in Westbrook's class.
But I'm going to say this, just as ugly as this looked, if this Chris becomes, he gets traded again, 5th time in 5 years, and he doesn't play well, or the team he goes to, like they send him to a bottom feeder, they don't make the playoffs, he's putting up these numbers, he's hitting the side of the backboard, like all the stuff that we saw last year, people will go, what happened to Westbrook? Oh, yeah, I remember he was... Maybe it was because he was playing with these other great players, and I don't know. And now he's
what do you
fallen
mean playing
off
with these other great players.
No, I'm saying when he was at OKC, and maybe we didn't get a feel for. I don't know. I never
He's
watched
always
him
played with great players.
I never watched him this closely as I did last year in LA, living in LA. And I just forget about the numbers. I'm talking about the eye test. I thought he was awful. He missed bunnies at the basket.
He was.
He hit the side of the basket on threes. He would pass up shots that he should take. He was fumbling with the ball. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's not going to take away from his legacy. There's no way.
If he has I'm not saying like people will remember the triple doubles and all that, and he won an MVP. But I'm saying the raggedy way, and especially Chris. If nobody after this year, say he's traded for a 5th time, his contract's up, he's making $47 million, and then people are like, I don't know.
He could be out of the league.
Okay.
This could be his last season.
But
so what? It's his 15th year, or I think it'll be his 14th year. Is Carmelo Anthony? Heck, what have the last few years been like for him?
Bad.
It's embarrassing. But is it going to impact his legacy? No. People are going to remember the great Carmelo Anthony, who, let's keep it real, did not have as much success as Russell Westbrook, winning games, playing in big games. Carmelo didn't win nearly as many playoff series as Westbrook did. Certainly didn't do anything historic like average a triple-double like Westbrook did.
I still say that Westbrook's year with the Lakers really damaged him the way people look at him. I don't think, because people don't look at him as the same player despite the numbers. People think of him, and I'm use this, and I don't want to use that term. They look at him and say, he's awful. You got to get rid of him. LeBron's got to get rid of him. The Lakers need to get rid. Not it's a fit, and he's good, but he needs to go to another team. They think he's awful.
I don't agree. I mean, we got Antoine Walker on First Things First every morning, and he praises Russell Westbrook. There's another player we've had on. No.
Okay.
I don't even know if he knows him. I think he said he doesn't know him personally, but may have met him, I would assume. But there's another player we've had on who's the same way. Like it might be Steven Jackson. I'm not sure. But Rob, he's not a fit. And beyond that, he is a unique player who is not, even at in his heyday, you knew he wasn't a great fit. Like Allen Iverson, you were in Detroit, Rob. You remember how badly it ended for Allen Iverson? And it got worse when he left Detroit. Memphis wanted to put him on the bench, have him come off the bench. He rebelled against that. I think only stayed there 8 games. Then Philadelphia threw him a token contract. He averaged like 13 points. Like, it was ugly for AI. And what Allen Iverson and Russell Westbrook have in common is that their style of play, I call them individual spectacles. Like, they're marvels for what they did individually. But both of them, including Iverson, were hard to play with. Because they were small, got volume shooters who shot a low percentage, who were ball dominant, weren't great shooters. Iverson was obviously much better shooter than Westbrook, but he shot a low percentage. And when they had to be in a situation where everything was kind of based around them. Even when Durant was there, Westbrook had the ball in his hands and he could do whatever he wanted. And fortunately for OKC, KD was great catching the ball and shooting and making quick decisions when to score and all that. And so it worked because they were both so good individually.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Iverson, anybody, you could watch those two and know, man, it's gonna be tough to fit, guys around them.
Yeah, but the only difference
stars.
is I think, Chris, and I hear your point on Iverson, who went to some bad teams that had no expectations. And he was supposed to be this missing piece with LeBron and AD, and he was supposed to be out there to keep everything, let LeBron be
Everybody
fresh.
knew it wasn't going to work, Rob, including me and you.
Well, we did, but a lot of people bought in. Rob G bought in. Rob G thought that they had something going.
What is Rob G?
He's a Laker homer.
He's a producer.
What
Stick to that, Rob G. Don't be coming on here with opinions and takes.
And that's why he's filling in for me next week. Yeah, okay.
I'm just messing with you.
No, but Rob G, get on here real quick.
What he got? Rob
he's
G
a
gonna
Laker
get
fan.
served. He's trying to get his courage up for next week.
Yeah, right.
You don't want none of this.
Please.
Ain't nobody afraid of Chris Broussard.
That's right. Come on. All you got to do is Rob G step on a couple of phone books
next time
and you're
Chris,
right looking at Chris in the eye.
Next time Chris says something slick, I'm going to call people in Toronto and see what they have to say about it.
That's right. Lord
Bring
have
it
mercy. It's an international
Soft.
incident.
That's right.
Wow.
He's not allowed to cross the border, I heard.
That's right. You better not go up
I
there.
actually love Toronto. And
No, you don't say it now. The damage is done.
I think the most beautiful city that I've seen in North America is Vancouver. But there ain't many brothers up there. Ain't hardly no brothers in Vancouver.
Toronto. Go ahead, Rob G.
Okay, what's your question?
Your expectations of Westbrook and then what happened. Because I just think, even if we didn't think it was going to work, but fans who watched him with the Lakers up close, I think, come away with a different Westbrook.
Yeah, coming into last season, I was expecting that Russell Westbrook would carry them through the regular season so LeBron and AD could get it done in the playoffs. That's what I was expecting.
What were they going to sit out the whole season?
No, but he was going to play.
Russell Westbrook
How was that going to happen?
Coming in, I was like, Russell Westbrook plays hard every night. He's going to collect a lot of numbers. He can be the focal point of the offense when LeBron and AD are coasting, either in the game or out of the game, whatever. Come on. And then they get to the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens.
And what did you see?
When Russell Westbrook, actually watching him on a night-to-night basis, he doesn't play as hard as you think he does because a lot of times he's just standing around looking at things happen. He does a lot of stat chasing, which I guess you could say costs a lot of energy. And his skill level, is nowhere near as high as you thought it was.
Yeah,
you didn't
100%. No,
when you
I
only
didn't.
see him 10
you guys
times.
must not have watched him.
Who watched Oklahoma City games?
Chris, I didn't watch him every day.
Oklahoma City was one of the best teams in the league.
Who watched the
for
Washington Wizards the year before?
Chris, you're the NBA guy. We're watching every so often. I watched him closer.
The Golden Girls. Keep it real.
That too.
You never watched Westbrook before
and maybe part of the problem was a lot of the former players on television love Russell Westbrook.
That's why I'm pushing back on Rob.
He plays so hard, and then you watch him on
ruined.
a night-to-night basis, and you're like, nah, he doesn't really play that hard at all.
I think he got damaged playing for the Lakers. I'm just saying it. I really do.
It wasn't a fit, though. That's
but I still think he's damaged by that and the perception and how people look at him. I don't think he's nearly as revered by fans as he was prior to this. Had he had a great year and the Lakers did something, I think it would have elevated him, and instead he went down a couple of notches.
It was a horrible fit. Like I said, Iverson didn't go down a couple of notches. Carmelo's not down a couple of notches. Vince Carter's not down a couple. A lot of guys, it ends like this. 877-99 on Fox. What do you